We found out back in 2021 that Oakmont was going to be an anchor site for the USGA, and that entailed hosting 8 championships between the 2021 US Amateur all the way to 2049, where the club will host its 12th US Open. Really exciting to have that relationship with the USGA. You know, certainly as we geared up for the 2025 championship, we started thinking about some improvements that had to be made to the golf course, and that really started with realizing that we had to redo the bunkers on the golf course. The club enlisted Gil Hance, world famous architect, to come in and evaluate the golf course. So what started as a bunker renovation kind of grew into this much larger scale restoration project where we touched every putting surface on the golf course, really for the first time since the club was founded. A big part of that was what grass are we going to use on all our new green surrounds, all our bunker faces, and we knew we needed about 10 acres of rough grass for the restoration project. You know, the bunker faces, they're really unique. They're very steep. We have very deep bunkers. We knew Gil Hance was going to build true flat bottom bunkers, just like Henry Phones had them 100 years ago. So we knew we were going to have these almost vertical faces on 330,000 square feet of bunkers. So as we approached this project, we looked at our options. I think the first person we reached out to was Steve McDonald, famous turf consultant, and asked him his take, and he recommended HGT from Barenbrug. So we went out, we looked at it. You know, the first thing was the aesthetic angle, where we wanted something that was going to match up. We don't have a mono stand in a rough, so it's not 100% Kentucky bluegrass. We have bluegrass, we have ryegrass, we have some POA in our rough, so it's kind of like an old school kind of hodgepodge look, and we wanted to maintain that. So we picked HGT, A, for its color, and then B, we looked at it from a disease tolerance. And we have a lot of bunker area out on the golf course, and to make applications to our bunkers on these vertical faces, we're making, you know, any application with spray hawks, and that's a time-consuming process. Lastly, we get a ton of golf out on the golf course. We do about 30,000 rounds a year. That's a lot of traffic coming in and out of the bunkers, a lot of sand splash. So we really needed a grass that was going to be very aggressive, was going to recover from any type of stress. As we began the restoration project in 2023, you know, first we picked what type of bluegrass we're going to use in HGT. Then we had to find a place to grow 10 acres of this sod for us. We vetted that out as well. Ultimately chose Collins Wharf out of Maryland. They grew in 10 acres of HGT for us, did an unbelievable job. We started the project in 2023 in March. We had construction going on all the way from March through November. We wrapped up right around Thanksgiving. Certainly for the majority of that project, we had, you know, a truckload of sod coming in almost every day of the week. That sod, as it came off the sod farm from Collins Wharf, came in at all, you know, different times of year. In March when it was freezing cold, in July when it was, you know, in the 90s, and really that grass, A, sustained transport and transplanting very well, and B, adapted to any environmental condition that it was dealt with as we worked through the project. Couldn't be happier with our decision to go with HGT from Barenbrug. I think it really established very well. Big concern as we worked through this project in 2023 was we were 2 years out from a championship, so we wanted to make sure this 10 acres of sod, it was going to mesh in with our existing untouched portions of the golf course very well in a 2-year period. Sitting here today, 2 months out from the championship, we couldn't be happier with how that grass is adapted to its setting and how that's going to perform for this year's championship.